Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to motivate us.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're talking about something that is a very real and, honestly, a very heavy emotional reality for so many of us, and that is managing diabetes. Look, it's a lot of work, but here's the thing. You absolutely do not have to carry that weight all by yourself or without a solid game plan. So we're going to walk through 10 really actionable tips straight from the CDC to help you cope, find your balance again, and just manage that stress. If you or someone you love is navigating this journey, This Explainer is built exactly for you.
Let's kick things off with a number that really grounds us here: 1 in 8. The CDC notes that about 1 in 8 Americans currently has diabetes. I wanted to throw that out there right away because, when you're feeling overwhelmed, it is so incredibly easy to feel like you're on an island. But statistically speaking, you are absolutely not alone in this fight. Literally millions of people are navigating the exact same hurdles you are right now.
And we all know those hurdles are no joke. Managing this chronic condition is relentless, right? The daily demands basically amount to a full-time job. You're constantly checking blood sugar, you're trying to figure out complex food choices every single time you eat, you've got to stay active, remember your meds, and then on top of the whole shebang, you're worrying about the cost of those medications and potential complications down the line. It's just a massive cognitive load to carry day in and day out. So when all of those daily demands start feeling like way too much to handle, you might actually be experiencing what the CDC officially calls diabetes distress. Right, this isn't just having a rough Tuesday. This is when all that worry, the frustration, the anger, and just the pure burnout pile up so high that it literally makes it hard for you to keep up with your daily care. The stress itself actually becomes a barrier to your health. But how do you know if you're just having a normal bad week or if you've crossed over into actual diabetes distress? Well, the CDC gives us a really helpful benchmark. It is completely normal to feel frustrated or stressed out sometimes. We all get that. But if you're having these intense feelings of being overwhelmed for more than a week or two, that's your signal. That duration is your body and mind throwing up a flag telling you that you need a bit of outside help to feel better. To help manage all this, we're going to cover 3 main pillars of support today: utilizing your healthcare team, leaning on your community, and managing the daily load. Okay, pillar number 1, utilizing your healthcare team. The first 4 tips really zero in on your mindset and keeping communication totally open. It starts with just paying attention to how you feel. Please don't just sweep that burnout under the rug. From there, it's about being really honest with your healthcare team. And I don't just mean about physical symptoms. Talk to them about negative reactions you might be getting from other people, or hey, ask them for help with your medicine costs. Your doctors aren't just there to check your A1C, they're actually equipped to help you problem solve those emotional and financial roadblocks too. Now, this is a really fascinating point from the CDC. They directly tackle social stigma, emphasizing that you should never feel forced to hide your condition from other people. If you're feeling judged out there because you have diabetes, that is a perfectly valid, real issue to bring up with your healthcare team. They can genuinely help you manage those feelings and even come up with strategies to deal with other people's not-so-great reactions. And speaking of problem solving with your team, let's get real about the financial burden for a second. The costs of medications and supplies add a massive amount of undeniable stress. But your healthcare providers and pharmacists are amazing resources here. They can actually connect you with community health centers or specific programs that are designed to help cover the costs of things like insulin, test strips, and syringes. You really don't have to figure out this whole financial puzzle completely on your own. All right, moving on to pillar number 2, leaning on your community. Tips 5 through 7 are all about shifting the focus outward to your social circle. This means having open conversations with family and friends, but taking it a step further to actually let them help you take care of yourself. It also means connecting with other people who have diabetes. We're basically shifting from just medical support to personal support, building up a safety net right there in your everyday life. The crucial takeaway here is that vulnerability is such an effective tool for managing stress. The CDC points out that just telling others how you're feeling can provide so much relief. But, it goes beyond just venting. You really need to tell your family exactly how and when you need them to step up, whether it's reminding you to take your meds, tagging along for a walk, or chopping veggies for a healthy dinner. Give them specific, actionable ways to be useful to you. Plus, talking with other people who also have diabetes can make you feel so much less lonely. Look, our friends and family are fantastic, but sometimes you just need to talk to someone who truly gets it, right? People who are living it every day can share what actually works for them in the real world. That's why the CDC highly recommends asking your healthcare provider to connect you with local or online diabetes support groups. Build that specific community.
Finally, let's look at pillar number 3, managing the daily load.
Tip 8 gives us a very clear strategy for dealing with that sheer volume of daily tasks. Just do one thing at a time. When you look at the whole mountain of things you have to do, of course it causes distress. So the CDC recommends making a literal, physical list of your daily self-care tasks. Then just work on each task entirely on its own. By compartmentalizing your care into single, isolated steps, you actively short-circuit that immediate feeling of being totally overwhelmed. And this perfectly leads into tip 9, which is all about pacing yourself. Let's say your final goal is to walk 10 minutes 3 times a day. You do not have to hit that target on day 1. Starting slow, like just walking twice a day or maybe even every other day, is exactly how you set yourself up for long-term success. Pacing yourself applies to all of your health goals. Remember, progress is still progress, even when it's gradual. Okay, we've made it to tip 10, and honestly, it might just be the most important one for your mental health. Give yourself a break. You absolutely must make time for joy. The CDC explicitly advises carving out time in your day for things you love that have absolutely nothing to do with managing a disease. Call a buddy, play a game with your kids or grandkids, get lost in a fun hobby. You are a human being first, not just a patient.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, please remember this. Feeling overwhelmed by diabetes is completely normal. It happens to almost everyone. But staying stuck in that state of distress, that isn't mandatory. You have tools, you have a medical team, and you have a community. So, looking back at everything we just covered, I want to leave you with one final, vital question to think about. What is one small thing you are going to do just for yourself today? Take a deep breath, pick one tip, and take back your power. Thanks so much.